Whether I'm looking at it from a person here in Virginia, in the Washington, D.C. area, or understanding and learning from Stuttgart, or if I'm thinking about, I'm sitting in Jordan or Ethiopia or Nigeria or Korea, I think that a lot of these lessons can be shared across the way because we're dealing with many of the same development patterns. We're dealing with the needs to understand these challenges, risks, and opportunities. This particular case study has looked at how we develop and build these common understandings between two places that are somewhat similar but still have very different approaches. The Stuttgart region has a lot more manufacturing than the Northern Virginia region. We have very, very little manufacturing. It's much more service-based. And we have an interesting situation such as Arlington where there are more jobs than residences in Arlington, but then we go to other parts of our region and there are a lot more residences than jobs. And so we have a variety of things across the way. So understanding this. But why do we choose somebody like Stuttgart, or why do we take this international approach to try and benchmark it is, I think, an important question. And that we can learn from the processes that they use. We can look at the goals that they've set. We can look at how they've set them, and by building them off of both a policy perspective and then numerical benchmarks, and then building these wedge types of diagrams with the policies and the actions that go with them, so that we can get to these goals and they're not just a kind of wishy-washy future that is undefined, but we can define what the future is and how we're going to try and get to that future. We also looked at, in thinking about Stuttgart, we have really a solid economic foundation similar to what they have. And there's multiple opportunities to do types of activities across our region as they did. We also looked at the types of linkages that already existed. We've done some calculations, or so the academics have done some calculations, and we think that there's probably 75,000 jobs in the Northern Virginia region that are directly related to foreign direct investment from the Central European communities, either European companies that have jobs in our region, or American companies that are based in our region that are supporting jobs in our region from their overseas operations. And so there's a very good linkage there. And so in looking for partners, building off those existing linkages makes it a little bit easier.